You're on, Louie.
Okay. Imagine yourself, but without your skin, just without your skin. You'd still have your brain, your lungs, your flesh, but you didn't have your skin to feel a handshake, a hug, a pat on the back. You just wouldn't feel that sensation. But luckily for us, we do have our skin. We can feel a hug, a handshake, and a pat on the back. We do this every day. But we have to wonder, what does it really mean? What does that handshake mean? Did it mean this? Did it mean that? Is it angry? Is it sad? I myself did not like to be touched when I was younger. I was pretty insecure and I was shy, but I grew up and got opened up to touch. But I still had the question, second guess about it, like, what did it mean? And so we have to develop an understanding about touch, going through how it's important in communications, to how can we form relationships with it, and how it's becoming involved in health and wellness. And so, why is touch important? Well, it's because that it's needed for our survival. Forget about all our other senses, it's needed. Helen Colton, author of The Gift of Touch, writes that we cannot survive and live with any degree of comfort and mental health when we are not able to feel. Basically, it starts when we were babies. Like, we needed our mother to cuddle us and to comfort us. That tells us that there's somebody out there in the world who cares about us and loves us and will be there for us. If we did not have our mothers, then we pretty much expect that we're going to die, which is why babies die of neglect. But also, when we grow up, we tend to forget about touch, like we sort of lose sight about it. Stanley Jones, author of The Right Touch, writes that touch becomes less crucial to our survival and may be neglected. It becomes more difficult to obtain. Something like a handshake or like holding hands with your mom, like you don't do that anymore with your mom, and so you just lose sight of that, and like you kind of feel weird about it, like, don't touch my hand. You know? So which is why we need all the touch we need in our world. Now for friendship, we basically started our friendship as strangers, like we didn't know anybody and such. Of course, a long time ago, there was a time where it was wrong to touch a stranger, like, oh, he might have some disease, or he could beat me up. But then, of course, you have to wait. How am I supposed to make friends? How am I supposed to get a girlfriend? How am I supposed to get somebody to go to my poker game? And so that's how we make relationships, through touch. Colton writes that touching is a touching act out of the message. The warm, satisfying pressure, the feel of another becomes magical. So like the first handshake with your friend, like you get a good vibe, he has a warm touch, and you're thinking, wow, this person feels awesome. I definitely want to keep an eye on that guy. And so that's how we form from strangers to relationships. And so in touch and health and wellness, you know, we have illnesses that can't be treated so easily by medications and surgery. Like this touch is influenced by that, whether we get enough of it and we feel well. And so it is thought that touching ourselves could be used to avoid these illnesses, such as touching my arm with my fingers or stroking my goatee. Galton writes that we touch ourselves many times a day as we displace our anxiety and tension from internal to external expression. So like me stroking my goatee or rubbing the back of my neck, you know, I'm kind of tense right now, and so I need to relieve that. I just can't stand still, and so that's how I get that out. Of course, there are like different purposes for touching ourselves, such as cleansing, like taking a shower or washing our hands. We want to get rid of the stink of today, what happened, bad day, and take a shower, you feel good. Or beautification, like girls, like you can like to put your makeup on, and it's kind of a wonder, like it's like an art form, like you can't put too much of it and you gotta find the right shade, like you just feel good about it, to take the time to put on your makeup. And expression of joy, like there's me hugging myself because I'm giddy about something, or pulling my hair out, or something. Basically, like I can't bottle up these great emotions, and so I just gotta get it out by hugging myself. And so we now have a better understanding about touch and its important in communication, how it creates relationships, and its influence in health and wellness. Hopefully, we shall have a better understanding about health the next time we touch somebody, whether holding hands or what people may think about it. And so I like to end with a quote from French philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau. To live is not merely to breathe, it is to act. It is to make use of our organs, senses, faculties, of all those parts of ourselves that give us the feelings of existence.